All right, live. What's good? Charles, your man, DL Saint. Welcome. Really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling? I know I'm early, bro, but this story that's going on right now with Skip Bayless and his hairdresser and the Fox Sports people, bro. I just had to jump on now. I just had to jump on now. I'm looking at it. I'm shaking my head as I'm looking at this stuff. $1.5 million offer to smash a random woman hairdresser. That's how much allegedly Skip Bayless offered this woman. And she said no. $1.5 million. And Shorty said no. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome. Did I really want to know podcast, y'all? Yeah, man, get some indeed. It's crazy. $1.5 million offer for the Foxy Brown, and she said no. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine that? You're a dude and you you leave with your water like that and you're not successful. Again, this is why you need game, guys. This is why you need game. Simple as that. Like you look at this dude, there are guys out there, man, people are going to talk about this because of their celebrity. This sort of thing goes on all the time with people you ain't never heard of, you'll never meet in your life. Yeah, dudes out here who are extremely wealthy, come across a woman and they'll buy their way into the situation with 9 out of 10 women, but the woman they really want, they have no game, they have no way of romancing this woman, no way of, understanding where he stands. So he's just gonna try to buy her, and he can't. And she goes on about her merry way. She doesn't care about your money. Whereas the other 9 women, like they don't want you either. They just want the money. They take the bread and they keep it moving. $1.5 million, bro. $1.5 million. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's just $1.5 million US. I mean, clearly money ain't a thing. I mean, I know the rappers say it ain't tricking if you got it. $1.5 million, I don't care what level you at, man, that's tricking. That's tricking, bro. And like I said, the kicker is she said no. She said no, man. So there's an article. This is Associated Press. This came out today. Let's see, January 5th. It came out yesterday at 9:15 p.m. Came out yesterday, 9:15 p.m. Lawsuit alleges Fox Sports ex-host harassed hairstylist and offered her $1.5 million for the Foxy Brown. $1.5 million. That's insane. $1.5 million. Los Angeles Associated Press. A woman who worked as a hairstylist for Fox Sports alleges in a lawsuit that former host Skip Bayless made repeated unwanted advances towards her, including an offer of $1.5 million to be with him. Attorneys for Noshin Faraji, I probably pronounced her name wrong. Sorry, love, if I did. Who was a hairstylist at Fox for more than a decade, are seeking unspecified damages from Bayless. Right, Fox Sports and its parent company, Fox Corporation, according to a copy of the lawsuit filed Friday in California Superior Court in Los Angeles. That's what it is. This is all around a lawsuit. Apparently, there are 2 lawsuits out there. One's class action, and then one is for this lady. The complaint claims Fox executive fostered a hostile work environment that allows senior managers and on-air personalities, including Bayless, to abuse workers without fear of punishment. Wow. The Associated Press does not generally identify in text or images those who say they have been as aid or subject to abuse unless they have publicly identified themselves as this woman did by filing this lawsuit. So that's their disclaimer. That's why they're talking about it. See, an attorney for Bayless, Jared Levine, did not immediately respond to Associated Press's phone and text messages seeking comment. Email and phone messages left at Bayless's talent company were not immediately returned. Bayless could not be reached directly for comment. Fox Sports said in a statement that it takes the allegations seriously, but had no further comment giving the pending lawsuit. Faraji claimed that the advances by Bayless, which began in 2017 and continued until last year, from 2017 until 2024, wow, until last year, included lingering hugs, kisses on the cheek, and comments from Bayless that could change Faraji's life if she would be with him, if she would do the deed. So that's his game. That's his game. You know, he likes this woman. Lingering hugs, guys, you gotta learn how to. I always talk about breaking contact, right? You gotta learn how to break contact, fellas. Lingering hugs. It's cool if that's what she wants to do. If she's still holding on to you, we'll get into all that later. But lingering hugs, kisses on the cheek, and comments from dude telling her, all you gotta do is let me smash, and you'll be taken care of. That's a bad look. In 2021, she claims in the suit, Bayless offered Faraji $1.5 million to smash. After she refused, later threatened her job. So, dude, like, I'm gonna give you this money, let me smash. She says no, and they're like, well, I'm gonna get you fired. Wow. Miss Faraji knew that she was trying to pressure her into having intercourse with him, but she kept repeating that she was professional and had to be kind to all talent, the lawsuit states. So she's trying to be professional. She didn't want to mess with him. Bayless worked for Fox Sports until 2024 when his show was canceled after his ratings plummeted with the departure of his co-host, Shannon Sharp. All right. Faraji said that she was fired in 2024 based on fabricated reasons. The lawsuit, she said, initially remained quiet about the treatment. The lawsuit said she initially remained quiet about her treatment at Fox, believing she could be in danger if she went public. The suit also claims Fox employees were not paid their full wages or overtime. It seeks class action status on behalf of other workers who allegedly were impacted. In 2017, Fox Sports fired its head of programming amid a probe of SA allegations. We got to, in real time, guys, we got to change the words up because YouTube doesn't like us using grown-up words for whatever reason. So that's why you hear me switching words up, using SA, saying smash, and we all know how YouTube is. But that article is linked in the description below. If you guys want to read that, go ahead and check it out. There's plenty of stuff out there. It's like, yeah, she didn't have to let him smash. $1.5 million though, Mandrill. Like $1.5 million. Mandrill's in the building. What's good, fam? $1.5 million. $1.5 million, man. So, yes, dude, y'all need to understand this. Right? And this is why we talk about this over here, man. This is why I'm always saying, hey, man, stop being weird. What Skip Bayless was doing, man, that was some sucker, simpleton weirdness. Hey, think about it. All his power, all his money, all his clout, all his fame, he couldn't smash some random hairdresser. Think about that, man. Couldn't smash some random hairdresser. Why? Well, she wasn't into him. She wasn't digging him. And Skip is good at something. I always tell guys, I'm like, hey, man, y'all need to be good at something. Skip is good at something. Now, I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan. I don't really like the sports talk. I know it's a huge industry. I just don't really like that. When I'm talking one-on-one with folks, if I'm talking to, former NFL guys or current NFL guys or, just athletes or actors or producers, whatever, I'll talk about the industry because it's, you're trying to get the secret sauces. You get good stories, You're building a rapport. but I don't consume that kind of stuff regularly. I'm not one of those dudes who have all the stats. You know what I mean? I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan. I want the Bengals, to play and win. I wish they'd have made it to the playoffs, but we didn't. Um, it is what it is. Next year we'll get there. Hopefully, there's stuff going on, whatever. But that's as far as I go. I don't get crazy with it, running the stats, spending every waking moment trying to figure out what's going on with the Bengals. But, you look at someone like Skip Bayless, he's a sports guy. He couldn't play, but he could report on sports and he can give his opinion on sports. And he became huge, multimillionaire. Dude has so much money, in fact, he can throw $1.5 million at a woman just to smash if he wants to, right? But why is it she don't want nothing to do with him? Right? Why is it she doesn't want anything to do with him? Because she ain't digging him, bro. And it's a whole bunch of reasons. And the bottom line is this: Skip doesn't have any game. Hey, the dude don't have any game. You gotta have some knowledge of what's going on, bro. And when I've seen on set in Hollywood, and this stuff, this Fox stuff, I lump this in with the Hollywood stuff. This ain't sports stuff. This ain't on the field. This ain't in the locker room. This is closely akin to TV shows and movies. You got a set, you got people working above the line and below the line. Right. So you got the hairstylists and the food preparers and all that kind of stuff. Bro, they go into these jobs. They take a lot of these jobs. Like, yeah, they want the money, but they want to get close to the talent. That's why a lot of these people take these jobs. Like this woman right here, I wouldn't be surprised if she was smashing somebody on the set. And Skip probably knew. And he thought he could get on and he couldn't. So who was the other person? Who were the other people? Maybe they were cooler. Maybe they were in better shape. Maybe they had more clout. Maybe, maybe they had game. You can't buy yourself into situations all the time, fellas. That's all I'm saying. And if this isn't an example of that, I don't know what is. We got Brother Nights in the building. What's good? Happy New Year, bro. He offered her $1.5 million to smash one time, bro. One time, fam. So who knows what that entailed? The fact that he even threw that number out there, what did that mean? Bro, and again, when I talk to guys, especially younger guys, I'm like, man, these women out here tripping, bro. They acting like dudes are gonna do all this. They expect me to buy her these expensive meals and buy her gifts and pay for her bills. Why is she acting like that, bro? Because there's so many dudes like Skip Bayless out there who were doing just that. They're taking them to the most expensive restaurant in town. They're doing a whole helicopter date. They're flying them out. They're taking them shopping, right? These women are getting it, and we're talking average and below average women are getting this sort of treatment from men. So yeah, fam, you're gonna have to deal with that. Now, here's the thing. If a woman's into you, bro, she doesn't even want all that. She doesn't care. If you're gonna give it to her, sure, she'll accept it, but she doesn't care. Right? If a woman is into you, bro, you can take her out for ice cream. You could take her out for a salad. You could take her out for a walk, bro. You ain't got to spend a dime. As a matter of fact, if she's into you, she will invest in you. We talk about this all the time. Women aren't going to invest. Average women ain't going to invest in someone like Skip Bayless. Oh, you know what? Let me change that. The woman that's into Skip Bayless, whoever she is, wherever she is, would do whatever with him for free. Right? If Skip Bayless would have come across that woman, it wouldn't matter. She would laugh at his dumb jokes. She would want to be around him all the time. It does not matter. He wouldn't have to pay her because she's into him. Right? So if there's a woman out there who's into you, bro, you ain't got to pay nothing. Nothing. She ain't going to be mad at you. Whenever you walk in the door, she's going to light up. I mean, bro, if a woman's into you, bro, she's into you, fam. She's into you. 1.5 million. Cody's Kings in the building. What's good, Cody? Right now it's in a lawsuit, Cody. We just read it. It's Associated Press. I took the Associated Press's article. Fox News is reporting on this in print media as well. That's the allegation. Skip is running. Of course, he doesn't want to say anything, but it is allegedly. But the headline, the headline of that article, bro, is lawsuit alleges that old boy offered $1.5 million to smash. Now I guess the question becomes, did he offer money? And if so, how much it was? That's what we got the lawsuit for and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, come on, bro. Me and you both know there are dudes out there who will offer this kind of bread. But it is alleged. It is alleged until this thing goes to court, or it's going to get settled. We all know it's going to get settled. What really happened, we don't know. It's going to be other people talking about it. Who really knows what happened? It will be Skip and this woman. I doubt it. Even if he did offer to pay her money, I doubt if there was a bunch of people sitting around listening. I doubt that very seriously. And I guess the only way to really prove it, she would have had to set up the account. How would you even do that? You got to set up an escrow account. Like, I'm going to set up an escrow account so I can smash this chick. You would have to do all that, to actually prove it. But nah, Cody, that was a good point, bro. Shout out to you, man. That was a good point. It is a legend. But it just, when I hear these stories and then I see a dude like a Skip Bayless, I'm like, he probably did. He probably did. Was it 1.5 million? I doubt if it was that much, but it could have been. It could have been. It could have been, bro. Yeah. You got that too, bro. You got to be careful when you're moving in these circles, man. Unwanted advances, like, kissing on the cheek, hand on the lower back, or hand on the butt and all that. You gotta be careful, bro. You gotta be careful. And no, man, Jill, she did not take the deal. I was talking to a friend of mine. My friend was like, yo, and this is a female. It's a beautiful female. I was talking to her and she was like, yo, like, little shorty should have taken the money. She was like, he should have taken the money. Now, there's more to this story that gets into more of the on air. The Joy Taylor girl is like really in the middle of all this. The Emmanuel dude and all that. I got friends who move in these circles. Y'all know I'm cool with the cool kids in Hollywood. I got friends who move in these circles, and they were telling me like, yeah, bro, that's par for the course. Yeah, bro. And they were giving me some examples like, hey, there was this time at this one place we were doing this and that and da, or running down the background on some of the people involved. Bro, it gets crazy. It gets crazy, man. I mean, yeah. Oh, and it's like, yeah, Cody is saying that old boy was just throwing a number out there that's his game, just throwing the money out there, trying to sell a dream until he smashes. I don't know, man. I think a dude like, I think they would actually come off the bread. 1.5 million. I don't know about that much, but I think they will come off the bread. It is what it is. Akazi in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Say it doesn't have to be direct. Hun, I'll pay for your house. Hey, there you go. House turns out to be $1.5 million, which is, there are a lot of homes in LA that cost $1.5 million. I mean, starter houses in LA are around 600,000-700,000. So yeah, there you go. Great point. Great point. I'll get you that house. When I was growing up, even back in Cincinnati right now, like, you're living in Cincinnati, like, I'll get you a house. You might be looking at 300 grand, depending on what neighborhood. You could probably get some broken down 4-plex, multifamily for like 250. But still, there's dudes out there who will do that. There's dudes out there who will do that, man. Yeah, like loser dudes. Yeah, they make offers like that all the time. They line it, selling the dream, but they're gonna get something out of it. I think we can all agree that someone like Skip Bayless or whatever will pay some bread. Be it 1.5 million, be it 1,500, be it 15,000, be it whatever. Like, be it an expensive trip somewhere, or a shopping spree. They'll pay some bread, bro. They'll pay 10, 15, 20 grand. It is what it is. Again, back to what the rappers say. It ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I mean? Concubine support, yeah. It ain't tricking if you got it. So there's a YouTuber out there. Name of the YouTube channel is I'm Not a Lawyer, but about 52,000 or so subscribers. And I want to watch. She has like a 10-minute video. I think we should check this out, man. Let's just check this 10-minute video out. Listen to what they have to say. I like rocking with the smaller content creators just to give us a different perspective. We saw the article in the news We know the lawsuits are out there. It's at least 2 lawsuits. It looks like 1 class action and there's like 1 personal lawsuit. Um, this has been going on for years. You know, especially with the below the line people in Hollywood, like on these sets, they do go through a lot. You saw what happened with Ellen and the way she would treat her employees. You hear a story with Steve Harvey, the way he would treat his employees. The stuff goes to people's head, bro. It goes to their head out there when they do these things, bro. I mean, it's just Hollywood is different. It's different, and I do know that there are times people have been on sets and they endure some craziness. I have some really good friends who shared stories with me when they were doing Hollywood stuff when they first started interning, just getting their feet wet, getting their feet in the door, telling me stories like, yeah, I had to go get this A-list celebrity and bring this person back, and this is what the person did. And the stories were just like, what? And this is coming from someone that I truly trust, someone who's a real person. Like, so what did you do? Like, did you report it? Did you do this? Like, nah, it's just it's part of it. It's part of it. Like when people make offers to me, and this is what my friend was saying, another beautiful woman. It's like when people come to me and they make offers to me for that sort of thing, pay to play or whatever, I just say no. I know what rooms I can go in by myself, and I know what rooms that I have to bring people with me. I understand. Like, she knew. I knew even as a young person, I know how to handle that. But it's just they go through it. This stuff does happen. The vast majority of it goes unreported. And then when it finally does get reported, you dig into it, behind the scenes, and they'll tell you like, oh, they got fired or they were up for a promotion and didn't get it, or they felt slighted because someone else did something. And then they just go do the paperwork. They go get an attorney, bring their evidence, and then if the attorney takes the case, they're like, yeah, we'll be able to settle for this or that more likely. They're not, Fox is not going to let this go to trial. But it's just crazy how this works. But we're going to check out I'm Not a Lawyer, But. And the title of this video is They Did What? Fox Sports Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless sued, lawsuit recap. So let's check this out and see what they're saying. But again, everything is allegedly, and it's all alleged. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Is just in our society. Especially when it comes to dudes, once this information comes out, it makes you look bad. But in this particular story, Joy Taylor is taking a lot of smoke with this, which is the first time I've ever seen it go down like that, where Joy Taylor, as a woman, as, the A-lister and, like as the talent or whatever, is taking a lot of smoke. But let's check this out.
A former Fox hairstylist is suing Fox, Fox Sports, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, Charlie Dixon, who is the head of content for Fox Sports 1, Skip Bayless, and Fox Sports 1 host Joy Taylor. And child, I'm not a lawyer, but I read all 42 pages of this lawsuit, so let me give you the recap. Let me start off by saying that this is a 2-part lawsuit. Nushin Faraji, who is the woman that's suing, has filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of her and other hourly employees. And then she's also filed an individual lawsuit on behalf of herself, claiming battery, hostile work environment based on gender, race, and disability. She's claiming retaliation, wrongful termination, and some other stuff. Here we go. So I'm going to call her Faraji because I don't know if I'm pronouncing her first name right, so just go with it. So Faraji says that she started working with Fox in 2012 and then was hired full-time in 2016. Starting off with defendant Joy Taylor, Faraji says she meets Joy Taylor in 2016, and at that time, Joy was working on an as-needed basis for Fox. She was married but had recently relocated from Miami to Los Angeles, but her husband was still in Miami where she came from. Faraji says that in May of 2016, she goes to meet Joy for drinks, and when she gets there, a man named Charlie Dixon, who is a defendant and like I said, is the head of content for Fox Sports 1, is also there. Faraji didn't know who he was, but he was buying drinks and food. After that first night, Faraji says anytime she would go to meet Joy for anything, Charlie Dixon would either come with Joy or he would come later and leave with Joy. The lawsuit says,
There's that. Now, again, she's reading straight from the lawsuit. I haven't pulled the lawsuit up yet. I'm going to read that tonight because, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this more and more as the weeks go on. Lady from Miami does hair, makes the move to LA to find her fortune and make big money. I tell people in Miami all the time, I'm like, LA is the big leagues. Miami is like middle school sports, right? It's a huge leap. People in Miami, they really believe that because they're in Miami and this is Florida and it's, people down there got money for Florida. But I tell folks all the time, like, y'all have no idea what LA is like. The cost of living alone. Y'all complaining out here about gas in Florida. Y'all complaining about that. Y'all complaining about, the cost of living in Miami. You got no business going to LA. You got no business at all going to LA. Like I said, bro, if to find a house, just a regular, decent, cool neighborhood, not the best neighborhood, just an okay neighborhood, a standalone home, you're probably looking at $1 million, bro. Anywhere between 875 and 1.8 million. 1,500 square feet, something like that. Maybe 2,200 square feet. Condos in LA starting at $1 million. Condos, 2 bedrooms, maybe 3 baths, 2.5 baths, stuff like that, bro. No view. You look out your window, you're looking at the building right across the way. I'm talking about just feet away. So I tell people in Miami all the time, y'all better go visit visit LA first. Go out there and see what that world is like. It's a different world. But oh girl, I got my friend, my friend Joy, where we're doing her thing, and Joy's taking me out. And then here's this executive paying for everything. Like, yeah, whenever I go out with Joy, this executive is there. He's paying for everything and they leave together. I wonder what's going on with that. I'm sure it's just platonic. I'm sure they're just professional. They're going to have a meeting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're going to have a meeting.
Says, quote, Faraji suspected that the pair were sleeping with each other, and although this concerned Miss Faraji as she knew Miss Taylor was recently married, Miss Faraji kept her opinions to herself. Keeping your opinions to yourself and then filing this lawsuit with this information in it doesn't all the way feel like keeping your opinions to yourself. The suit goes on to say that Faraji continued to be friends with Miss Taylor, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were both married. In July of 2016,
Right. What's morals got to do with all this, man? Joy Taylor is notorious for whatever it takes to get there. And that's just me, again, talking to my folks who move in them circles. They're like, bro, they're like, I got friends who've been sending me all kind of stuff. Hey, I got a video you need to watch about Joy Taylor. I got all this stuff. I'm gonna be making shorts. I already told my people, like, I'm gonna make shorts about those. And she was like, look, like, she's a realist when it comes to all this, whatever she has to do to get where she needs to be. Okay, is there anything wrong with that? It depends on who you are, where you sit with your morals. So old girls sitting there like, yeah, I think they smashed and I think they having an affair, but whatever, it's all good, whatever. I don't care. You see a lot of that, man. You see a lot of that. And it's not, like, not just Miami, not just LA. You see that everywhere, bro. It don't even have to be a big town. If the big boy in that town, the big fish is gonna be out here smashing some little fishies who are trying to move up. And like I say, bro, I'm not knocking nobody, bro. Do what you got to do. If this Miss Joy Taylor wants to use whatever she wants, whatever she has to use, and do whatever she has to do to get to the top, i.e., smash her way to the top, then more power to it. If that's what she wants to do, like, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, man. Like LA, Canadian prices like were up there. Because I was talking about the cost of living in LA versus Miami or whatever. The thing about Canada up there, Cody, first of all, Justin Trudeau is stepping down. Wow. Yeah, man, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Trump Thursday, we'll talk about that for sure. And I didn't realize that y'all had these short-term loans. Like, for home loans here in America, we get a 30-year fix. Y'all do like 15-year variable, and like that's the standard. And now that these rates are going up and the money you need to buy these houses is going up, bro, that is a recipe for disaster, man. We got brother JSJD in the building. Happy New Year, fam. Yes, sir. We'll keep this coming. Let's get back to the video.
The lawsuit says people around the office start hearing about a new show that's going to be launching called Undisputed. The show is going to co-star Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, and execs wanted a woman with significant TV experience to also star on the show. So Faraji says it was a surprise when Fox announced that Joy Taylor was the woman who got the job, considering that Joy previously was, quote, a bartender and Miami radio host with very little TV experience. Faraji is giving shade, ain't she? Now, Faraji says that Skip Bayless told her at one point that he didn't even want Joy Taylor on the show, but Charlie Dixon was adamant about it and eventually asked him to just do it as a favor to him. A few months after all of this, Faraji says she goes to dinner with Joy, Joy's husband, Charlie Dixon, and Charlie's wife. And during that dinner, quote, Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were having a relationship. Soon after the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and decided to divorce Miss Taylor. Fast forward.
And just so y'all know, man, like I said, I know folks who move in that world. That was the last straw. Allegedly, there were 4 other incidents that he was able to discover with her doing her thing. So it was a total of 5. I guess he didn't believe in 3 strikes and you're out. He was more of a 5 strikes and you're out kind of dude. But that's allegedly what's going on with that.
A bit to January of 2017, Faraji says that she was at a rooftop restaurant celebrating Joy Taylor's birthday when Mr. Charlie Dixon approaches her. The lawsuit says that he asked the bartender for a drink and then he places his arm on Faraji's lower back. He asked her how she was doing, if she was having fun, and if she wanted a tequila shot. He then, according to the lawsuit, lowered his hand and started rubbing her body and grabbing her behind. Faraji says that she told Joy Taylor about what happened, but to her surprise, Joy's response was, quote, get over it, and that Dixon could make both of them lose their jobs. So
this is some real stuff right here. And this is the kind of stuff that I tell my daughter. If you're in a situation, you ain't comfortable, you don't like what's going on, and you see this power dynamic popping off, someone does something like this, don't tell your girlfriend, come and tell me. Bobby, this dude was grabbing on me, and I don't appreciate that. I didn't want him to grab me. I told him to stop, whatever. Come tell me and let me deal with dude. Cause I'm gonna come see, bro. Like, I don't care about your money, homie. Pick somebody else. Right? You know what I mean? Like, I pick somebody else. I'm gonna leave some marks, but it's gonna be some place you can cover it up. I ain't gonna mess your face up. You might have to make some TV movies or something. You know what I mean? But you might be walking funny. You know what I'm saying? I might have to hit you in your kneecap or something. But why would this lady go back to old girl? And then old girl is like, man, just deal with it. She letting you know this is how I ride. You with me or you're not? If you with me, come on. Let him go ahead and grip on that. Dude, that's just over the top. I'm just gonna grope you like that. Wow. Man, I don't know, bro. I think that little shorty. Here's the thing. This stuff goes back years. They were talking about this goes back as far as 2017 or whatever. So all this, she's alleged in her lawsuits, goes back years. Why now? Like, why all of a sudden, okay, I want to get this bread. I want to get this. I want to get this. Why now? So, if you ride with somebody who's doing their thing and you know what they're doing, you like, yeah, I know she messing around with this guy and this and that, and I know the drama and this and that, but you continue to hang out with this person. I mean, bro, what are you doing?
from there, Faraji decides to tell another coworker. And the lawsuit says while that coworker agreed that Charlie Dixon was disgusting, the person also said that the behavior wasn't shocking given Fox's culture and that Faraji should just keep quiet if she wants to keep her job. The lawsuit says a few years into working at Fox, Faraji went to lunch with another one of her coworkers. And at that lunch, the woman tells her that she's no longer going to be working with Fox because Charlie Dixon told her in order to renew her contract, she needed to engage with him. The woman declined, and according to her, she was now parting ways with the company. Following that lunch, Faraji calls Joy Taylor to report what she learned at lunch. And according to her, Joy says no one gives a blank about that coworker. Now, in addition to what's claimed,
she keeps going back to Joy. Right off the rip, that just lets me know that she's down with Joy's program. She's down with Joy's program. She's not. Remember, this woman's married. She said her husband's in Miami. So why ain't you talking to your husband about this? Why are you around these people? It's just crazy. Yeah, she keeps going back to old girl, man. And old girl's like, yeah, go ahead. Make this happen. So my thing is, once you jump in, once you in the game, once you in the set, once you jump in, you in. You win. So, it's like with the Harvey Weinstein stuff. Harvey Weinstein made deals. He get these women back there and it's like, look, pick your movie. Here are 5 movie scripts. These movies are going to be made. These movies are going to be hits. You pick the one you want. You can be in that movie, but you're gonna have to let me smash first. And then he held up his end of the bargain. He got him into the movie. I was just talking about this the other day with some random dude at the bar. I was talking, a bunch of dudes at the bar was talking. And you notice that with the Harvey Weinstein thing. Now, here's the thing. I am not condoning what he did. I think it was a shitty deal, but it was a grown-up deal. And he held up his end of the bargain. The only women that complained about that stuff who took this deal, who said yes to Harvey Weinstein, were the women who didn't become stars. All the A-listers didn't say a word. And it's a bunch of them. I'm not going to name their names. Man, Jill's talking about, yeah, she know inflation is going up. She trying to get that bag.
About Charles Dixon and Joy Taylor, Faraji also has some claims about Skip Bayless. Faraji was hired to give Skip Bayless haircuts once a week for Undisputed, and at first these appointments were fine. But eventually he, quote, began finding excuses to touch her. He would give her lingering hugs after each haircut, putting his body against her own, pressing against her, and he even began kissing her on her cheeks. In the summer of 2017, while Miss Faraji was giving Skip Bayless a haircut, he told her that she was, quote, voluptuous. Now, Faraji, whose first language is in English, asked him what voluptuous meant, and he said she should figure it out. Eventually, she does, and she says she was mortified. Faraji.
Here's the deal. I have a lot of, I know a lot of women. I network all the time. We do big things. And I'm notorious for giving side hugs. I'm going to give a side hug because this environment when you're in now, bro, I want to avoid this. We're like, oh, he gave me a hug and he smashed his body up against mine. What, isn't that what a hug is? Well, he lingered. What does that mean? You know, now Skip Bayless ain't got any game. You're like, oh, you're voluptuous. And, you know, it sounds to me that old girl was probably getting assigned to these different people, and the people that she liked, she did whatever with. And the people that she didn't like, she treated like Skip. And Skip probably knew who she was doing what with, right? And his feelings got hurt because he couldn't smash. And again, he doesn't have any game. He doesn't know how to just break contact. You can't get them all, but sit back. Let her come back to you. At some point, she might. But he started doing the weirdo stuff. Figure it out. You're voluptuous. Figure it out. What kind of bullshit is that, bro? Get your game together.
She says that she decided to keep quiet about all of this because she was a single mom and needed the job to care for her and her son. In an incident from 2021, Faraji says that she told Skip about some medical issues she was having, but instead of him being compassionate, Faraji says that he told her he wanted to be with her and then allegedly grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to engage with him. About 1 week after the $1.5 million offer, Faraji says Skip tries her again, and this time Faraji tells him, quote, Skip, stop. You have a wife. To which Skip responded, quote, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives? And then Faraji responded that her dad was dead. And
weirdo, no game. No game. No game. She ain't into you, bro. She finally said stop. After all that, she brings up the fact that, oh, you know, you got to wait. She's coming up with excuses. She finally said stop. He should have stopped. He should have stopped, man. Move on. Move on. His ego probably got in the way. Like, bro, he ain't got any game. This is why, dude, y'all need game. You need to be able to see this, bro. You need game. Bottom line. I thought she had a husband. When this thing started, I guess she had a husband. Maybe there was a divorce. They didn't talk about that. She said she's a single mom. She needs the money. He offers $1.5 million. And she's like, nope, she's going to take the moral high ground. But the dude kept going. And I'm not saying take the bread. I'm not saying that at all. Like, I applaud. I will applaud the woman for not taking the money. However, it seems to me that she was out there smashing. I'm pretty sure when the investigation gets into full swing and, you know, when information starts coming out, I'm pretty sure that she was making moves on some people or allowing people to make moves on her on those sets. I'm pretty sure somebody was smashing.
in April 2022, the lawsuit says that Faraji walked over to Skip's fitting room on set. And when he answered the door, he, quote, began to angrily accuse her of engaging with Shannon Sharp. Faraji tried to explain that that never
See?
happened, but she says Skip didn't believe her. This back and forth goes on for a number of days. And then on April 16th, 2022, during a phone call between Skip and Faraji says that Skip tells her he could tell from her body language that she had done what he was accusing her of. He then also stated that he heard her talking to Shannon about her private. There's also an incident from 2018 in which Faraji says that around that time, Joy Taylor's then fiance, so this seems different than the husband she had back in 2016, learns that she had been sleeping with Charlie Dixon. Joy's fiance breaks off the engagement after learning this news and threatens to go public with everything he knew. The lawsuit says, upon information and belief, Charlie Dixon paid for everything it took to cancel the wedding in exchange for the fiance not saying anything. Faraji.
And so, and I want to make a quick correction. It was the fiance that found out multiple instances where she was doing her thing. Allegedly, it was the fiance, not the husband. Was the fiance. I misspoke on that. My bad, guys. I apologize for that. But apparently, it was the fiance that found out. Like, oh, she's out here doing her thing. 1, 2, 3 wasn't enough. 4, 5. All right, we got to break this off. From what I understand, and that's all. I shouldn't even be saying that. That's like gossip. It's hearsay. But it did make it into this lawsuit, and that's the reason I brought it up. Yeah, man. This thing right here in Hollywood, bro. These dudes in Hollywood be on some different power trips, bro. This makes sense to me in Hollywood. This is why I threw this Fox thing into the Hollywood category and not sports or anything else. Them dudes be on one, bro. It's like high school to the infinite degree, bro. Like these guys. Oh, I heard that you smashing so and so, and I want to smash her too, and it's crazy. I could believe that, and bro, as I was thinking, like I'm shocked that it's in the lawsuit. Skip Bayless believes that she did something with Shannon, which has nothing to do with anything. He just, well, yeah, you smashing Shannon Sharp, so you should smash me. How you know what Shannon's doing? How you know what what's going on in Club Shay Shack? How you know? But it doesn't matter. See, that's the thing. I do believe this part, bro. Like, you know, these guys, they're weird, man. Like it's a whole new level out there. And the women the same. Like, you got to be careful in LA, man. It's wild out there, bro. People know they married, smashing each other, having, like the freak offs. Everybody hear about the freak offs with Sean Combs. That's an extreme. But in LA, there are couples that play like that, man. They're open, they have parties, they get together, they do stuff. It's LA, man. It's what it is.
Also says that a man named Bobby Diaz, who mics up the talent for Fox, openly gropes, harasses, and is inappropriate with women at Fox, including her. And the only reason he hasn't been fired is because he supplies narcotics to Fox employees and talent, even after an incident where he removed his pants on live camera. What's going on over at Fox? In February of 2020, Faraji says she meets Joy for lunch, and when she gets there, Emmanuel Acho was also there. Faraji didn't know who he was, but she says, quote, she could tell that the two were romantically involved.
Damn,
Faraji
on
says
everybody.
she tells Joy Taylor that she probably shouldn't be sleeping with Emmanuel and Charles Dixon because Dixon is a very powerful man who might get angry. But Joy allegedly responded saying she is also very powerful, and once Charles Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would just tell the company that he forced himself on her. Faraji says Joy wanted Acho to recommend her for the show Speak for Yourself, and in September of 2022, she was in fact hired on that show. By October 2021, Faraji says the friendship between her and Joy Taylor had ended. And when it does, Joy begins insulting her on a personal and professional level. Joy allegedly openly mocked Faraji's English and complained about Faraji's humming. The humming is apparently involuntary, and it's a subconscious coping mechanism Faraji uses for PTSD. Joy Taylor also then began saying that she needed a black hairstylist on set instead of Faraji, who is in black. Time goes on, but eventually Faraji is told that she is no longer needed as a hairstylist at all. And when she asked the head of operations if she had done anything wrong, the woman responded, quote, "You remind me of my dog, and when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you." I don't even know what that means, but comparing somebody to a dog is not okay. And
Damn. I get what she's trying to say. it just shows you, man, like, how is it that Hollywood stays in trouble over this kind of stuff? Because there are bad actors on both sides. I hear what Cody is saying is right. I mean, I think that again, once you get down and dirty like that, bro, you don't get to just walk away and be like, I'm clean. Nah, you dirty, bro. Like you just as dirty as everybody else. If you engage with somebody, even if you like that person and you would have done something with them anyway, but if you engage with somebody under this context, bro, like it's gonna be a problem on the other end. Right. But hey, we got a legal system and they're in California that's gonna help you get around this. There's gonna be some money paid out. There's gonna be some money. That's gonna be some money.
August of 2023, Skip somehow learns that Faraji never actually engaged with Shannon Sharp and decides to apologize to her. While he's doing that, he also tells her that Charlie Dixon wanted her fired because she knew too much and was talking too much. There's some HR meetings, some internal investigations, and on August 8th, 2024, Faraji is officially told that after an investigation, she is being fired because Fox can only afford to have one hairdresser on their 3 shows, 2 of which Faraji had been working on. Faraji says after much therapy, she is now at the point where she seeks justice. So she's suing for battery, which is specific to Charlie Dixon for that alleged incident that took place on the rooftop bar, Skip Bayless for those lingering hugs, pressing on her body, kissing on her cheeks, and Fox, because according to her, they required their employees to appease the talent or do whatever they needed to keep them happy. She's also suing for a hostile work environment, failure to prevent harassment, which is specific to Fox for not taking reasonable steps to prevent this kind of stuff from happening, retaliation, because she says in one of those HR meetings, she confirmed that Joy Taylor was sleeping with Emmanuel and Charlie Dixon. And shortly after, she said she was fired. So according to her, those 2 things are related. And then she's also suing for wrongful termination. Now, like I said, there's also the class action part of this.
Yo, this video is linked below as well. Man, check it out. Shout out to Sis. I'm not a lawyer, but please go subscribe to her podcast. Don DeMarco to her for breaking it down. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna read on this. And it's funny, a lot of folks are like, man, but you ain't in Hollywood. But nah, but I still rock with the cool kids. In fact, I'm reading the script now. I got some people I know are putting together an indie film, and they're like, hey man, once you check out the script, man, give us some notes and whatever. So I do that stuff all the time. Like, I have a couple scripts out there. I work with folks. So, I mean, it's fun. The creative side of Hollywood is amazing. When you get on a good set and you have a, good team, bro, it's a great feeling, man, to have an idea in your head, put it on a piece of paper, gather up a bunch of people, a bunch of experts to help you bring that thing to life and then sit down and actually watch it on film. Man, that's amazing, bro. Even if other people don't like it, the fact that you were able to do that. And I like the meetings. I like the production meetings. I like going out there, casting folks. I like, going out there, finding good producers and stuff like that, good directors, good ADs. Again, but when you're on the bad sets, and this seems like, if any of this stuff is true, she found herself on a bad set. Now, the thing is this went on for so long. Like, what's the statute of limitations for this sort of stuff? And how was all that getting worked in? And what would have happened if they would have put her on 3 other hosts or whatever, on 3 other shows to do their hair? She's doing hair once a day. You're doing hair once a day, and that's enough money for you to survive with your kid in LA. Wow, how much are they paying you to do that? I mean, and I know that people get paid on set. I know like a lot of the daily rates and stuff like that. I got a buddy of mine who's a barber, and he'll have A-list talent request that he come and cut their hair, and of course the studio has to pay for it. And the amount of money just for one day, and he's just sitting there chilling. He might not even cut anybody's hair that day. He's just sitting there chilling. He's there just in case the A-lister or the talent wants a haircut. He's just sitting there chilling, getting paid, walk away with a literal bag. So, like, if you've never been on a movie set, man, it's crazy. You get on these movie sets, like these big movies, these big productions, man, so much food. You can get your hair done, get your hair cut. You can, it's so much going on there. People they're all getting paid and they're eager to do something. Like, hey, you hungry? Now, it sucks if you are a extra. That world sucks. being an extra, the way they treat extras versus the way they treat everyone else. That's one of the things on my set with our PAs and extras, the people who aren't getting paid, but they're committing their time to be there with us to help us bring our vision to life. I make sure we take care of our extras. I make sure that we take care of our PAs as the production assistants. I make sure that they're treated with the respect that they deserve. But there, not a whole lot of people like me out there. I've seen the way extras get treated on set. Talk to anybody you know in that business. They'll tell you like it sucks. Back in the days when you had to get 3 vouchers in order to be SAG, the stuff that they had to go through. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just women. Guys are, groping these women and making unwanted advances at these women. Bro, it happens just as much to dudes. Y'all need to understand that. Right? You got this woman right here, this Faraji lady. Trust and believe there's 4 or 5 dudes who've gone through something similar at the hands of guys from the Rainbow Coalition, right? The Rainbow Clan. I mean, bro, there's dudes out there who use their clout, they use their power, for lack of a better term, to make these offers to guys. Right? They do it all the time. Gary Owens talks about it. Gary Owens, a comedian, white guy. He's like, but he does black comedy, stand up. Gary Owens was talking about how a gay dude, approached him and made him a deal. And Gary was like, no. He was like, no. Once he figured out dude's hitting on him, he was like, oh, hell no. So it happens to men too, bro. And it's a matter, like I said, these people, they dangle your dreams in front of you on a string. And it's like, hey, you want this? You want to be in this movie? You want to be union? You want to get that last voucher? I don't know if they do vouchers anymore, but it's like, you want this? You want that? Well, hey, baby, come do this for me. And they could say that to a woman and they could say that to a man. I've heard so many stories about guys being asked to, hey man, we like you for this part. Won't you come read? That's normal. I'll come read. They give you the address. It's like, this isn't the address to the studio offices where we normally read. Oh no, that's the address to his house up in the hills. You want me to go to dude's house in the Hollywood Hills at 2:00 in the afternoon to go read for this part? Okay, maybe. You get there. There's no other actors there. It's just you and dude. Dude comes to the door, opens the door, and he has a robe on. This open, no clothes on underneath. And he's like, yeah, why don't you come on in? I was just getting out the shower. That wrist gets awfully limp. Now, bro, if you go in there, it's on you. It's on you if you go in there. Like I said, I've had dudes holler at me, inappropriately or whatever. And I do the same thing all the time. I push them away from like, hey, stop playing. I try to laugh it off because I don't want them to be too uncomfortable because, it's a bunch of people around. But then if they drunk or whatever, they get too aggressive, I tag them a couple times in their chest. Pop, pop. Right? A light tap, pop, pop. Let them know like, hey, bro, the next 2 go into your mouth. And they ain't going to be light. And they go away. But you can't engage in that sort of world. You can't engage in that. And then after a couple years, turn around because you don't like what's going on or you're not as famous as you thought you would be. You done gave up your butt and you ain't as famous as you thought you would be. And then turn around and be like, oh, you got mistreated. Now you got to handle that in the moment, right then. Old girl was saying the guy grabbed her, butt and was rubbing on her butt. She should have smacked his hands. Like, don't you ever do anything like that again. What's wrong with you? Who you think you are? And you ain't got to make a big scene. You can whisper in his ear. Like, I tell my husband what you just did, bro. I know where you live. Don't ever do that again. Right? And I better not get fired. I'm going to keep this between you and I. Or we, agreed? And the guy will be like, yeah, my bad. My bad. Now you got a little leverage. Use that to your advantage. But you can't let that happen and then go back and tell your homegirl who everybody smashing, she banging everybody so she can get pushed to the top. You can't go talk to her because she gonna tell you, do it. She gonna tell you to do it. I mean, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. But that's what's going on. So I just wanted to cover this real quick. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know how much money was involved, but I would believe that Skip Bayless would in fact try to offer 1.5 million to smash some random woman. But it's like all the brothers were saying here tonight, man. What Cody was saying, it probably was a play, selling a dream. or he might have meant it. Instead of 1.5 million, maybe it would have been 15,000. Like, oh my bad, I put the decimal point in the wrong place. But there are dudes out there who will use that money and use that leverage, like the studio, to do whatever they got to do. There are plenty of men and women out there willing to leverage their bodies. They're willing to leverage sexuality to get what they want in Hollywood. They're out there dream chasing. I have seen it. Right. I can remember we were hired to do a 1-day shoot on an independent film. And we basically had to recreate a sitcom. So we caught in a lot of favors, and we're so proud of this. We brought in, you know, everyone we could, and we literally filmed a sitcom. Like, we set it all up. We had the cameras, we had everything, we had the expertise. It was a great day. And again, I was going around making sure that our talent was good. I was making sure our extras and our PAs were taken care of, which they were. But trust me, we put everybody, like the PAs, the extras, everybody, we put them all up in a hotel. Like, a good chunk of the budget went to that. Like, we had everybody in one hotel the night before. We had meals and everything. We wanted to thank everybody for helping us out because we weren't able to pay scale. We had to pay it under that. But man, it was cool. And I'm here to tell you, man, it was a lot of young girls who were about it. But we were like, nah, we just, hey, we're not trying to do that, guys. We're just here to have a good time. And, everyone did have a good time and everyone was safe. But it's people out here that won't hesitate, bro. They won't hesitate to take that opportunity to get ahead. That means they got to go smash someone. Like, even in Gary Owens' case, he was like, look, man, he's like, I'm not above smashing someone to get a TV deal, to get a TV show. He was like, look, if that gay guy had been some old woman, been some Eartha Kitt type woman, he was like, oh yeah, he's like, I'd have broke her hip. Right? He's kept it 100. Like, why not? Yeah, I like women, whatever. I'd have smashed her, turn the lights off. It don't matter. She could get it if I'm gonna get this TV show. But yeah, I ain't messing with no guy. Like, I ain't into that. I ain't messing with no guy. Right? So I just keeping it 100, bro. It's different for men and women, but at the same time, these offers, these indecent proposals occur all the time in Hollywood. They occur all the time in the corporate world, all the time everywhere. You just got to be prepared for it. And if you engage, if you decide to do that, don't come crying later because you didn't like the outcome. And I see that a lot. Oh, you didn't have a problem with busting down that guy or giving that guy dome or whatever, getting into that three-way. You didn't have a problem with any of that. But now that the gravy train is over and you didn't get anything out of it, you want to go and say, cry foul and go out here and try to sue somebody. Man, it's a crazy game. It's a crazy game. So anyway, that's it. That's all we got, guys. That's all we got. We're definitely going to be talking about this more as the week goes on. Thursday, we're going to do Trump Thursday. We're going to be talking about what's going on in Canada with Trudeau's going to step down. What does that mean? We're going to, delve into that just a little bit. And, we're still waiting for January 20th. I believe January 20th is Inauguration Day. So we're just waiting to see what happens when the new administration gets in and see who they are and what exactly they're going to do, who gets confirmed, who doesn't. So that's not till January 20th. But yeah, and we'll keep doing this red pill stuff, man. Hey guys, bottom line, get your game up, get your game together. Know how to approach women. Stop being weird. Stop being weird. Right? Don't be grabbing on some girl's butt unwarranted, bro, or without her wanting you to. Right? Let her grab on your butt first. Let her make the first move if you're in a public setting. You know what I mean? Learn these things, bro. If you with the top dogs in some event, all the women there know who you with. Right? They know you with them people. And they're probably trying to use you to get to them people. And they're going to flirt big time. But you need to understand that's what it is. Right? Understand this. You're going to need game. You need understanding, bro. Learn how people move, man. Right? That whole when in Rome thing, man. Do as Romans. You got to make sure you know what you're doing, bro. Make sure you know what you're doing. So, when you brush up against a woman, man, and she starts jumping back and crossing her arms, bro, that means, hey, man, she ain't feeling you like that. She ain't feeling you like that, bro. So back up. Back up. Andrew Tate running for Prime Minister of the UK. I did not hear that. That would be hilarious. I'm gonna look into that, Cody. I'm gonna look into that. That would be hilarious. Take a run for president of the United States. He's a U.S. born citizen. If he wanted to. This isn't the climate for that right now. Trump's over here now, but Tate is gonna run for Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I'm gonna have to look into that, man. And now don't be like Cody, bro. Don't grab that button unless she wants you to grab that button. And how do you know she wants you to grab that button? Trust me, you will know. You will know. You will know. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into that. Tate running for Prime Minister of UK. That's crazy. So anyway, that's it. That's all we got for today. Sorry I came on early. But I just wanted to talk about this right away, get this out there. Thanks for rocking with me, guys. We'll be back on Thursday, man. Trump Thursday. Be looking for the thumbnail. And of course, during the week, I'll be posting some stuff here and there, throwing some stuff up there. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Remember, February, I'm definitely gonna do my best to do Mondays and Thursdays, but I'm gonna be working on that project I was telling you guys about starting in February. We're gonna start going hard on that. So I'll keep you posted. I'm gonna try to do the lives, but if I can't do the lives, I'll just post stuff instead. But that's what we're gonna do. Appreciate y'all, man, rocking out with me. This was fun. Poor Skip Bayless. He should have known better. He should have known better, bro. That is what it is. I'm DL saying this is I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.